First record of the doom of Nagasaki, target for atom bomb number 2, is filmed from a super fortress many miles away.
Explore the dark world of Nazi wonder weapons through declassified World War II documents, rocket aircraft, deadly experiments, and Nazi UFO rumors. These secret technologies had the potential to reshape history. Here are 10 declassified Nazi documents reveal the shocking truth about WW2 UFOs. Number 10. Messerschmitt Me 262. In the final chapters of World War II, a new threat emerged in the skies over Europe. The Messerschmitt Me 262, the world's first operational jet fighter. Capable of speeds over 540 miles per hour, it outpaced Allied aircraft with ease. It could dive into bomber formations, unleash deadly firepower from 4 30mm cannons and air-to-air rockets, then vanish before anyone could react. Squadrons were shredded in seconds. This wasn't just another plane. It was a leap into the future of aerial warfare. Powered by twin Jumo 004 turbojets, the Me-262 pioneered jet technology, though its engines were fragile and rarely lasted 25 hours. Pilots flew with care, but once airborne, the jet inspired fear. Ironically, Hitler's demand to use it as a bomber delayed its full fighter role, a costly miscalculation. Fewer than 300 entered combat, yet their impact was profound. After the war, both NATO and Warsaw Pact engineers studied its design. The Me-262 was no anomaly. It was the birth cry of the jet age. Number 9. Fritz X. Long before GPS or smart weapons, Nazi engineers unveiled a game-changing weapon, the Fritz X, the world's first operational precision-guided bomb. Dropped from a Dornier Du 217, this 3,000-pound armor-piercing bomb was steered by radio, allowing real-time control from up to 12 miles away. In an age of carpet bombing, the Fritz X introduced terrifying accuracy, a guided strike capable of piercing battleship armor with surgical precision. Its most infamous use came in September 1943, just as Italy surrendered. German bombers targeted the battleship Roma as it fled. One Fritz X hit the deck, detonated the magazine, and tore the ship apart. The Italia was crippled soon after. For Allied warships, designed to survive brute force, this slow, radio-guided killer had no counter. Though production was limited and delivery risky, the Fritz X marked a turning point in weapons technology. It didn't win the war, but it revealed how dangerously close Nazi Germany came to redefining naval warfare far ahead of its time. Number 8. V2 Rocket. The V2 rocket was Nazi Germany's most terrifying leap in weapons technology, a long-range missile that struck without warning, delivering death from the edge of space. Part of Hitler's vengeance campaign, it was the world's first operational ballistic missile. Traveling over 3,500 miles per hour and soaring 50 miles high, it hit cities like London and Antwerp without sirens or defense, only the sudden shattering impact. Over 3,000 were launched in the war's final phase, each a silent harbinger of devastation. Engineered by Wernher von Braun, the V2 claimed thousands of lives, but its creation cost even more, with over 12,000 forced laborers dying in underground factories like Mittelwerk. The V2 wasn't just a weapon, it was a warning, a glimpse into wars fought across continents and from space. After the Reich fell, a new race began. The US seized von Braun. The Soviets scrambled for blueprints. The V2 didn't end World War II, but it ignited the Cold War and launched humanity's journey beyond Earth. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now. Number 7. Würzburg Radar. First deployed in 1940, the Würzburg radar was Nazi Germany's primary ground-based tracking system for anti-aircraft defense. Developed by Telefunken, it used a 3-meter parabolic dish and operated in the lower UHF band, accurately tracking enemy aircraft. Early versions like the Würzburg A were manually operated. The 1941 Würzburg D improved precision with conical scanning, while the larger Würzburg Ries sacrificed mobility for enhanced resolution and range. With a reach of nearly 18 miles and accuracy within 25 meters, Würzburg radars revolutionized flak targeting, especially during nighttime raids. Over 4,000 units were deployed across occupied Europe, forming a formidable detection network that made Allied bombing missions far more dangerous. Its effectiveness was so feared that Britain launched Operation Biting in 1942 to capture a Würzburg set. The raid accelerated Allied efforts in radar jamming and chaff. Until those countermeasures took hold, the Würzburg radar gave the Luftwaffe a lethal edge, turning the night skies into a precisely guided death trap. Number 6. Goliath remote-controlled mine. It may have looked like a toy tank, but the Goliath was a deadly innovation. Developed by Nazi Germany, this remote-controlled demolition vehicle carried up to 220 pounds of explosives and was guided via joystick through a cable trailing behind it. Standing just over a foot tall and about 4 feet long, the Goliath crept toward targets like tanks, bunkers, and bridges, then detonated with devastating force. While the rest of the world saw remote-controlled weapons as science fiction, Germany deployed them on real battlefields. The Goliath was a crude yet groundbreaking ground drone, an early forerunner of robotic warfare. It had serious flaws, slow, thinly armored, and vulnerable to enemy fire. But its psychological impact was huge. It showed no fear, no hesitation, and posed no risk to its operators. This wasn't just a weapon, it was a message. A silent machine crawling toward destruction, hinting at a future where war would be waged not by soldiers, but by soulless, unstoppable automatons. Number 5. AR-234 Blitz. The Erido AR-234 Blitz was the world's first operational jet-powered bomber, marking a bold leap into the future of aerial warfare. Originally designed in 1940 as a high-speed reconnaissance aircraft under the codename E-370, it evolved into a bomber capable of outrunning most Allied fighters. Powered by twin Junkers Jumo 004 turbojet engines, the AR-234 could hit speeds up to 460 miles per hour, making it the fastest combat aircraft of World War II, even surpassing the Me-262. Its sleek, streamlined design lacked internal bomb bays, requiring external bomb loads. Production delays and chronic engine shortages meant only a limited number ever entered combat. Despite this, the AR-234 made an impact, flying reconnaissance over Normandy, executing precision strikes, and becoming the last Luftwaffe aircraft to fly over Britain. In March 1945, it was used in bombing runs against the Ludendorff Bridge at Remagen. Too few and too late to alter the war's outcome, the AR-234 nevertheless offered a glimpse into the jet-powered future of air combat. Fast, elusive, and deadly. Number 4. Tiger Tank. When Allied forces spotted a Tiger tank on the horizon, their first instinct wasn't to engage. It was to call for reinforcements and hope they weren't already out of time. The Panzerkampfwagen VI Tiger wasn't just another tank. It was a mobile fortress. Armed with the devastating 88mm KWK-36 gun, originally designed for anti-aircraft use, it could destroy enemy armor from over a kilometer away. Its 100mm thick frontal armor made most Allied shells useless, turning direct encounters into deadly gambles. Though heavy, slow, and notoriously maintenance-intensive, the Tiger exuded raw intimidation. Its presence alone could shake entire units. Fewer than 1,400 were built, yet that was enough. With kill ratios often exceeding 10-to-1, its battlefield legend was secured. Despite its flaws, the Tiger earned a fearsome reputation. It remains one of World War II's most iconic machines, a symbol of brute strength and engineering might that still fascinates historians and military enthusiasts alike. Number 3. Schnellboot. German Schnellboot were fast, stealthy predators, ghosts on the water. The advanced S-100 class stretched nearly 115 feet, weighed 93 tons, and tore through the sea at over 43 knots. With wooden hulls over aluminum frames, they rode low and fast, slipping under radar and striking under cover of darkness. Compact but deadly, these boats were floating arsenals. Armed with twin 533mm torpedo tubes, anti-aircraft cannons, and naval mines, they struck with ruthless efficiency, dash in, launch torpedoes, rake decks with gunfire, then vanish before a counterattack could even start. From the English Channel to the Black Sea, Schnellboot disrupted Allied shipping with terrifying precision. Their high-speed ambush tactics and sleek silhouettes earned them a fearsome reputation. To Allied sailors, the sudden hiss of a torpedo's wake sent one message: E-boats were near, and survival was far from certain. Number 2. Mi-163 Comet. The Messerschmitt Me-163 Comet was the only operational rocket-powered fighter of World War II, and the fastest aircraft of its era. Fueled by a volatile mix of T-Stoff and C-Stoff, it tore through the skies at over 590 miles per hour, climbing faster than any Allied aircraft could pursue. Its Walter HWK 109-509 engine could propel it to bomber altitudes in under 3 minutes, making interception nearly impossible. With a tailless design and near-vertical takeoff, the Comet often appeared as a blur, unmatched in speed and evasiveness, but this performance came at a deadly cost. The highly reactive fuel had only a 6-minute burn time and could explode on contact with air or metal. Many pilots perished from accidents before even reaching combat. Armed with twin 30mm Mk108 cannons, it could obliterate bombers in seconds, but carried limited ammo and gave pilots just moments to aim, making confirmed kills rare. To the Allies, the Me-163 wasn't just a fighter, it was a terrifying glimpse of future rocket warfare. Number 1. Henschel H-129. Nicknamed the Flying Can Opener, the Henschel HS-129 was Germany's dedicated ground attack aircraft, built to counter the Soviet Union's armored forces. Designed for low-altitude strikes, it featured a heavily armored cockpit that protected the pilot from small arms and flak, though visibility was poor and space was tight. Early versions suffered from weak Argus engines and poor handling, but the upgraded HS-129B series, powered by French Gnome-Rhone radial engines, offered better performance and durability. The most notorious variant, the HS-129B3, mounted a 75mm cannon, the same used in German anti-tank guns. This massive weapon could destroy Soviet T-34s and even heavier tanks with a single shot, making the aircraft a terrifying presence on the battlefield. Deployed mainly on the Eastern Front, the HS-129 inflicted heavy damage on Soviet armor. Despite its power, limited production and persistent engine shortages restricted its impact. Still, in the areas where it flew, it earned a fearsome reputation as a tank-busting predator.